but I don't, because that would then cause me to be murdered and beheaded. So, all right, look at you. You are quite dreadful now. Hello there. Well, I've got some good news for you. I've also got some bad news for you. Which would you like to hear first? All right. Well, you don't know me. I am the King's advisor, and I'm here to tell you that you will be able to leave this prison with your life. Yes, that's quite wonderful. I know the King decided not to behead you. Really, it's a miracle, but you have me to thank. And that is mostly because you are going to be his Jester. Now, hear me out. This is a new life path for you. This is something that you're going to have to dedicate yourself towards, and this is no easy job. Yes, let me tell you. Now, I do have my book of King's laws that I've written down, and I am going to go through all of the different laws regarding jesters and what is expected of you, alright? Now, I did write this up myself as the King's advisor. He tells me a lot. I just need to make sure I find the right page, So, sit here. Now, I do feel sorry for you, just a little bit, because when I think about a jester, I think that they're all going to be all fools. It's not really my place. However, I saw potential. I saw potential in you as a jester. All right. Oh, why did I pick you? Oh, well, you see, there's been perhaps 27 to 28 different jesters during the King's reign, and he's beheaded every single one. It's really not good. It's not good at all. And perhaps because he's beheaded every single one, he was okay with letting you become a jester instead of executing you. But really, that's your own fault. I mean, I heard the story from the King's own mouth, and really, did you think that you could tell such a vulgar joke to the King and that he would laugh? You should not offend this King. No, he's quite difficult. Oh, here it is. All right. So, the rules of jestery. First of all, you need to entertain. Now, that may seem obvious to you. However, to entertain is to ensure that both the King and his guests are thoroughly enjoying themselves, and anybody who steps foot within the castle is met with laughter and good vibes. Yes, indeed. Now, that does not extend, and I brought an addendum here. That was what the King has said. My addendum: you cannot entertain the guards. Okay, I can see it in your eyes. The guards are off limits, both as entertainment and to entertain, alright? So, cross them off your list. Next, let me see. Next is you need to alleviate harsh situations. There will be times when the King is sitting on his throne and a ruffian will be brought in by the city guard, and he will decide, off with his head. Now, what are you to do as a jester? This is bad vibes all around. Well, what you need to do is you need to crack a joke. You need to do whatever you can to ensure that the moment is appropriate. It needs to be firm, it needs to be harsh, but it needs to be light as well. Because depending on the moment, like say he's entertaining a foreign emissary, that would not do if he were to execute or demand execution of someone right then and there. And this king, he will do it. Right, so next we need you to be a fool. And this is written by me. This is not the king. So what I mean by that is that you are pretty smart. And I don't mean that as a good thing. That's an insult, right? You're too smart. And our king is a bit of a dummy. It's quite unfortunate, his parents, they tried for more than one. They only got the one, so that's what we got. Anyway, he struggles with his ego and with his sense of self. As his advisor, it's not lost on me. Is what I'm trying to say. So you need to ensure that at any moment when the king looks at you, when the king gets close to you, when the king is staring at you with those piercing eyes, you need to make sure that he can think, wow, my jester is dumber than me. Okay? Alright. So next, we need to make sure that you have emphasis. And what I mean by that is, this is the king's writing. By that I mean the king told me to write this particular one down. He wanted to make sure that any jester that he had, he's killed a few jesters on this alone. Whenever the king makes a declaration of any kind of any sort, he feels it is the jester's job to ensure that people respond appropriately. And of course, you cannot control the people around you if they find what the king said distasteful, or if they're a bit unhappy with what he said, then they're going to react in that way. However, it's your job to ascertain that information and to turn it around and make sure that they change their minds, either by doing a jesterly thing, by doing a little jig, or what have you. That is your job. All right, I'm not the jester's advisor. I am the king's advisor. I cannot do that for you. And lastly, something, I'm going to put this down, but something that you need to understand is your life is forfeit. 27 to 28 jesters have not survived this profession, and this is a new career path for you. All right, now I'm going to have to get closer because I am going to now inspect you, because I didn't get a quite good look at you, and I'm wondering what kind of jester you would be. A happy jester, sad jester. So I'm just going to inspect your features, because I'm going to deal with this visage of yours. All right? So if you don't mind, I will be getting closer to you. So just give me a second and just let me look here. Okay, you've got a nice big nose. You've got no obvious deformations, which is unfortunate. People with deformations make really, really good jesters. It's quite unfortunate. Symmetrical eyes, even lashes, brows. We're gonna have to do something about that. Alright, pretty thin lips and a nice even jaw. Dreadful. Right then, let's get started then. I've brought me things. This is something that I have definitely been looking forward to. I have not taken a personal interest in many of the jesters that the king has brought, and this is the first time that a jester from my neck of the woods is going to be gracing the court. So you have to do me proud. So let's see what we've got in here. Right, this brush, we'll deal with that later. We need to make sure that, that's our colours in there. We have to start at the beginning, right? That's going to mean we need to paint your face white. So let me take, alright. Okay, got me mortar and pestle, and the servants did not premix it for me. That's so. Someone's going to be beheaded. Alright, well, if that's the case, I'm just going to have to take matters into my own hands and mix my own white, because we need to make sure you're ghastly. We have to start with a white base. Once we do that, we're going to then, okay, let's grab that, good, put it in here, and then just, okay. So, yes, I just want to make sure that this is all nice and mixed. Once we get away, and then once we get this white base down, we're going to have to decide on what kind of jester you want to be. I'm just looking at you. What do you think? Wrong question. I shouldn't have asked you that. No, I think you're going to be a sad clown. You see, I think you need to employ a bit of dark humour, and I believe at least, that a sad clown will be more fitting. So, okay, this is nice and mixed, and let me just grab my brush. Alright, so I'm just going to get that in there, get all the white in here. Alright, and I'm just going to, alright, just putting that in there. Yeah, oh, that's brilliant. Sometimes I feel like the king listens to me a bit too much. Sometimes I need a little pushback, but he's lost. Well, he'd be so lost without me. Okay, getting this cheek over here. Yeah, let's do large swaths. I think that will be better. You know, dabbing it is not really working very well. And here, getting your chin here. Yeah, just nice, long swipes. Okay. Then from here, getting that other cheek. Yes, I know you're still in shackles, but I need to make sure you look good as a jester before I unbind you. So just stay still. Okay. Now, your eyebrows, they're in the way. You can't finish this job. Then you brought me scissors. Alright. So we're just going to cut it right off, alright? So let's get these eyebrows and just, yeah, there we go. Look at that. You didn't have much to begin with anyway, and you know, so this is privileged information. You know, something that I'm sure someone of your pedigree would understand. But eyebrows, they really get in the way of any form of cosmetics, and so you just need to make sure that you have none, you know, because you can always draw them on afterwards. That's right. Yes, we have pigments that are quite dark. Not that you have dark eyebrows yourself. Yes, it's a little bit interesting. Oh no, don't tell me about your life. I don't want to hear it. Your life before this? Nothing. You just have to understand that when it comes to the king, he doesn't want to be reminded of the people in his life's past. Yes, I don't think he even knows like anything about me. Does he even know that I'm married? I don't think so. You know, it's none of his business. Anyway, eyebrows are gone. Yes, they're all gone. So let's just finish this base, and then we'll be able to get going with your sad makeup. All right, nice sad Jester makeup. Give me your forehead. Yes, there we go. Nice large swaths. Okay, there we go. Right. Noise outside. Some people are rooting and tooting, aren't they? Okay. So we've got a lot going on. But this face, okay, the white's working. I think it's doing its job. Alright. So next, what do we need to do? We need to make sure you have dark eyes, perhaps with some geometric shapes. See, the problem is because you're so symmetrical, it's a little bit difficult for me to highlight the grotesqueness of your body and of your face. So let's deal with this by... Sorry, I'm making a lot of noise, but I do need... I think that's it, yeah. Okay, so I need to do another colour. So this is going to be a nice bright red for your nose and for your cheeks. I think that's the next move. There we go. Then let's just get this in there. Just brushing here. Just nice, soft. There we go, but bright. We need it to be bright. Okay. There we go. Really. You are lucky you got me. I've seen too many jesters come and go in my lifetime, and it has been quite a struggle. Our king, bless his soul, is quite he is a troubled soul. I think that is the best way to put it. You know, the only one in his family is the entirety of England on his shoulders. It is quite extraordinary the amount of pressure he's under. And I do truly wonder what it would be like being king. I'm happy myself with the being his advisor though. I think that role suits me best. Hide in the shadows. Tell him what he needs to do from afar. Alright, and the nose. There you go, nose. You've got a nice button nose, don't you? So we're going to use that same red, but we're going to grab a tighter brush. What we're going to do is just grab a bit of that red and we're going to paint it on your lips. Now, give me your best frown. Okay. Deeper. Just a little bit deeper. Deeper still. Perfect. But stay just like that. Okay. Okay. And then just. So I'm going to try and trace this. All right. There we go. Okay. Now, neutral face. Okay. Now I'm going to accentuate. One day in the future, they might call this overlining. I think they'd be mistaken. Because I need to do this thing nice and fast. There we go. Alright, so just a bit more. Just looking up there. You have a scar right there. It's from working the farm. Well, it's my fault for asking. I don't actually care. Okay. Next, what do we need? You are looking dreadful already, but we need a nice black, sort of dark color. So let's grab our pigments in here. Just grab the darkest color I can. This looks pretty dark. Alright, well, let's put this down and then put it in here. You can hear it. Now just mix it up. Oh, these pigments are quite difficult to ascertain using the high quality stuff, so you better be thankful. And don't worry, an advisor always comes to collect. Okay, so I'm just going to use the same brush, and this is going to go on your eyes, and then after that we'll be done. So close your eyes for me, just nice and tight. Alright. There we go. Look at that. Ah, turning you into a monstrosity. There we go. How has your life been in prison? I'm mainly curious because the castle's dungeon. I've heard mixed reviews. Well, one prisoner before his execution cursed us for millennia, and mostly because we couldn't provide a milk alternative. People are picky nowadays. Yeah, I believe another prisoner, they wanted oats, and when we brought them oats, well, I say we brought them oats, but I mean we brought them some buckwheat, but he demanded oats, and it's like, this is a prison. I don't know if you know that. The food is quite surprising to you? Okay. That makes sense. Alright. Well, that's, good portion of the taxes can't go into maintaining this dungeon. And unfortunately, the king will not hear about cutting any of the costs. Yeah, I know. I tried talking to him about it, and he was just like, well, if the dungeon doesn't have the correct food, then he would feel guilty. And I'm like, this is coming from the man that beheaded 12 children just the other day. And why? Because they were playing on his street. It is quite unfortunate. Sometimes it is difficult to keep a positive attitude You know, they always say when you work in your job, having a positive attitude is like half the battle. And I try my very best. But sometimes, I just want to take him and I want to strangle the guy. Because he's so unreasonable. But I don't, because that would then cause me to be murdered and beheaded. So, alright, look at you. You are quite dreadful now. Yes, the Jester makeup works beautifully to highlight all your worst features, making you look like an imbecile, and it's purely going to make every person that comes into the palace laugh. It's truly wonderful. I've never done this before, but I've outdone myself. So you're gonna have to come with me, because I think you've landed yourself a job as the King's Jester. All right then. Bye bye.